Welcome back, Healthy Mom Club. Let's go ahead and get right into it. Day 5 of our full body sweat, warming things up. First off, let's check in on our space. We're going to make sure we've got about at least 3 to 5 feet of space around us. That water bottle is nice and close. Remember, you're always welcome to take breaks. And we're going to get right up into it. Reach out nice and wide, just swinging those arms. Setting that intention for today, just getting our bodies moving. And we're going to go top to bottom on our warm up here. So bringing it back into arm circles, dropping those shoulders down and away, pinching those shoulder blades together. Imagine you are holding $1 million check in between those shoulder blades. Switching direction. Perfect. Dropping it down, hands on the hips, great big hip circles. So sticking those booties all the way back, you should feel a great big stretch in those hamstrings. All the way back, all the way forward. Really screwing those feet into the floor, planting them down. This should feel like a stretch. Switching directions. Amazing. Now let's take that right leg, bring it up, out, and down. Hip openers, switching sides. And if your space allows, you are welcome to travel this across your space. If you're a little bit constrained, keep it on the mat. That's totally fine. Knee goes up, out, down, like we're climbing off of a bicycle seat. Switching directions, let's send it in. Kind of turning our warm-up a little bit more dynamic. We're moving around our space if we can. Setting that intention, ramping up that intensity. Perfect. Last one. Taking those feet, I want you to jog in place, tap those toes. 30 seconds of this. Really flex those feet as hard as you can. Once again, you can travel this around your space if you are able. And this is where we're checking in on that intensity. I want you to be able to talk, but not sing. And you should be feeling a little bit warmer. 10 more seconds of this and we'll just march it out. Marching it out, grab that water, grab those weights. Let's get right into it with superset A. We're going to be doing some sumo deadlifts, superset with sumo squats. All right, right back into it. We're going to do some sumo deadlifts. So stepping out nice and wide, take those feet, turn them out. I want your toes pointing to the corner of the room, grabbing those weights, shoulder blades back and down. They're going to go down in front of those shins, all the way up, squeezing those booties at the top. All the way down, all the way up. And I really want you to think about that neutral spine here. So we're closing the scissors, stacking our rib cages above our pelvis, all the way down, all the way up. And 5 more of these, we'll get right into those sumo squats. And really create that double chin. I want you to look at the floor, 6 feet in front of you, all the way down, all the way up, shoulder blades back and down. 1 more after this. All right, bring it up, sumo squat, so those feet staying nice and wide. Think of a sumo wrestler stepping into the ring, hands come up, drop those booties down all the way up. Press through all 4 corners of those feet. Drop it like a squat all the way down. All the way up. Pressing through. Look at my knees. See how they're tracking in the same direction as my toes. And all the way up. Halfway there, we'll do 6 more of these. Then we'll go ahead, take a 30-second break, right back into it with those sumo deadlifts. 2, 1, grab that water bottle, 30-second break. We'll get right back into it. All right, right back into it. Set 2 of superset A, sumo deadlifts, nice and wide. Shoulders are back and down. Taking those weights all the way down in front of the shins, squeezing those booties all the way at the top. And really focus on what is our spine doing. Tucking in that pelvis, not rounding our back, not arching our back. Really nice neutral spine here. And 3, 2, keeping that double chin, look 6 feet in front of you. Last one, hands come up, drop it down, sumo squat. All the way down like we're sitting in that chair. Knees are going in the same direction as those toes. Squeezing those booties, pressing through all 4 corners of your feet. 2, and 1, drop it down, grab that water. One more superset of this, then we'll move on to some push and pull. All right, last one of these big compound movements. You know the drill by now. Screw those feet into the floor, nice and wide stance. All the way down, all the way up. Really making sure this is coming from our glutes and our hamstrings, not our back. One of my professors used to say any exercise is a lower back exercise if you do it wrong enough. And deadlifts are one of those, so really make sure we're protecting that lumbar spine. 2, and 1 last one, bring it up, drop it down. Sitting down into that chair, nice wide stance, all the way up, keeping that back nice and straight. We're not letting that lumbar spine curve in with that butt wink at the bottom, staying nice and strong throughout. And 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back up. We're going to take an extended rest of 90 seconds here. Grab that water. Meet me right back here on the mat. Awesome. Welcome back, moms. Let's get right into it with some bent over rows. We're going to superset those with lateral raises. So grabbing onto one of our dumbbells, we'll start in the right side. Nice deep lunge. Shoulder blades are back and down. And like you're starting a lawnmower, we're going to drive that elbow up to our side, right about hip height, and resist gravity on the way down. We'll do 10 per side. And then we'll keep the dumbbells in both hands for a lateral raise. And 3, 2, 1. Let's switch sides. Left hand comes all the way up, pinching those shoulder blades together. Really feeling it deep in that armpit there. Making sure we're not locking out those knees. 2 and 1. Grabbing onto our other dumbbell. Let's get into those lateral raises. Arms are bent 90 degrees at our side. Bringing them up, almost like one of those wine openers, all the way back down. Up to a T, all the way down. And the shoulder blades, again, are back and down. You'll notice a theme here. All the way up, just about to shoulder height. And resist gravity on the way down. We're not cheating on the way down. And 3, 2, and 1. 30-second rest. Meet me right back here on the mat. We're going to get right back into those bent over rows. All right, we're back. Let's go ahead. Right arm bent over rows. Nice wide stance. Shoulder blades are back and down. All the way down. Start that lawnmower. Bring it right up to your hip. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switching sides. Left arm now. Shoulder blades back and down. Chin is tucked. Neutral spine. All the way up to that belly button height. Resist gravity on the way down. For 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Grabbing onto both those dumbbells. Nice wide stance. Keep the soft bend in those knees. No locking out the knees. Pinkies come up. Lateral raise. Really making sure we're moving in a controlled manner here. Resisting gravity and not just flapping our arms around. And 3, 2, 1. You know the drill. 30-second rest. Meet me right back here on the mat for superset number 3. All right, here we go. Last one of our push-pull superset. Let's go ahead, grabbing onto that dumbbell in our right hand. Nice wide stance, shoulder blades back and down for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, really squeeze, and 1. Switching sides, left hand. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, tuck that chin. 4, 3, shoulders back and down. 2, and 1. Grab that other weight. Standing up tall, hugging baby up and in. Neutral spine. Pinkies up. Lateral raise. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. We're in for some extended rest, 90 seconds. Meet me right back here on the mat. We're going to be doing some bicep curls and some skull crushers. All right, superset number 3. We are so close. We're kind of getting into the gun show, into the accessory stuff here. So grabbing onto those dumbbells, I want you to grip them as hard as you humanly can. They are the groceries that you told yourself that you were going to double bag. You didn't double bag. You're on the train. That's how tight I want you to hold them. And we're going to bring them up, palm to shoulder. So classic style, not hammer curl. All the way up. Resist gravity on the way down. Count it down for 10. Then we're going to set one down and do some skull crushers. I'll show you what those look like in 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set down the left hand. We're going to switch our grip to almost throwing up a diamond. Coming in, elbows as close as you can to your head. Push that weight up above your head. Really trusting our grip here. That's why they call them skull crushers. All the way up. And any opportunity we need to generate stability, remember we're hugging baby up and in. We are tucking that tailbone, stacking that rib cage above the pelvis, and keeping those knees loose, no locking up the knees. In 3, 2, 1. We're gonna take 30 seconds. Meet me right back here on the mat. All right, we're hydrated. We're back from that brief rest. Palms to shoulders, curl it out. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, tuck those shoulders, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. Switching that grip, making sure it's nice and safe. Bringing it up, elbows in. And almost like we're ringing a bell above our head. Full extension, feeling it right in that horseshoe back of the arm. This is how we're getting the Michelle Obama arms. That's the secret, it's the triceps. Everyone thinks it's about the biceps. 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. 30-second rest. We're almost there. And we're back. Last one. We're going to add a pulse at the end of both of these. So bringing those palms, gripping as tight as we can. Palms to shoulders for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to pulse at half reps. So just to a 90-degree angle. Pulsing for 10, 9, 8, half rep, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down, bring it up, skull crushers for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, meet me at the top and pulse for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Set it down. Go ahead, enjoy that extended rest for 90 seconds. You're going to meet me down on the floor on the mat for a little bit of glute work and a cool down. All right, we're down here on the mats. Here's a fun little cool down, little finisher. If you're feeling a little sciatic pain, sometimes that will come from dysfunction in our glutes. So we're gonna go ahead and try some donkey kicks today. This will be a 1-minute AMRAP. So that means as many reps as possible. Find that pace, that intensity that works for you. And we're gonna pulse it out for 1 minute on the left leg, 1 minute on the right, then cool things down with some mobility and stretching. So we're gonna go ahead, get started on all fours, stacking those palms beneath your shoulders, knees beneath your hips, and we're gonna find that neutral spine. So remember, we're closing the scissors. We're making sure our pelvis and our rib cage are stacked on top of each other, hugging baby up and in. And we're gonna kick backwards with that right leg, heel first, really squeezing those glutes at the top. And remember, we're maintaining that stability. That's what the core is all about, is in stability, in the presence of stability. And 1 minute, as many reps as you can safely do with proper form. We're not skimping out on ourselves here. All the way in, resisting gravity on the way down, pushing that box across the floor. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down, switching legs. 1 minute. Hugging baby up and in. Closing that scissors, neutral spine. And during all this, I still want you to breathe. Make sure you remember to breathe. "20 more seconds, almost there." You should feel it kind of right where, if you're wearing cargo pants, where the painter's brush would go, right in that glute medius of the moving leg. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. Give yourself a round of applause. We've made it. We're going to cool things down. So we're going to start by taking that left leg out in front of us. Foot can be pointed or flexed, whatever's most comfortable for you. Bending it over, bending it to the side, whatever your body will allow. Hanging out here for 3 breaths. Switching side, right leg comes out. And remember, when we stretch, when we mobilize, we're not bouncing. We're not causing ourselves any pain. I'm not here to cause you pain. That's not my job. Bringing ourselves in. Let's go ahead. We're going to cross our right leg over our left. Look over that left shoulder, seated twist. Switching sides. Left over right. Looking over the right shoulder. Sitting cross-legged, let's take that right hand, hug it across our bodies. You should feel that right in that posterior deltoid, that back of your shoulder. Switching sides. Grabbing our fingers, let's lace them together behind our backs. And if you can, create that space between your thumbs and the lower back. So much of parenthood occurs out here, and we're all crunched up, so you want to loosen that up, open things up a little bit. One last stretch. Let's take our left ear to our left shoulder. Might feel a nice gentle stretch in our trap muscles. If you're stressed, if you're clenching your jaw, if you're like me and your posture is not the best, you might find your ears creep up towards your shoulders. Other side. Bring yourself right back up. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been day 5 of our full body prenatal sweat. Make sure to grab that water. Give yourself a pat on the back. We'll see you next time.